Hello, folks. My name is Ian. Sometimes I make mistakes, and yeah, just diving right back into it here. I officially have a chip. There's probably something else I need to be doing,
Stand
but
by, shore party.
I'll be
Decontamination.
honest, I don't know
Heard
what
what
it
happened to
is.
Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
This does feel a little wrong.
Captain Anderson should be the one in charge. It's like I'm stealing the ship from him.
Yeah, the captain got screwed. But it's not like you could have stopped it, nobody's blaming you. Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander, 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
I need to be honest with them.
This is Commander Shepard speaking. We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy.
Humanity must do its part. Eden Prime was just the start. Nobody's going to help us. Saren will be ready. Yeah, humanity has to be a shining example.
For too long, our species has stood apart from the others. Now it's time for us to step up and do our part for the rest of the galaxy. Time to show them what humans are made of.
We cannot fail. Eden Prime was just the start, and Saren will be ready for us, yes.
Our enemy knows we're coming. When we go into the Traverse, Saren's followers will be waiting for us. But we'll be ready for them, too.
Everyone is counting on us. We must not fail. We have no other option. A little bit of fatalism for you. Yeah, everyone is counting on us.
Humanity needs to do this. Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every other species in Citadel space. Saren must be stopped, and I promise you all, we will stop him.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
I won't let him down, not if we fail. He doesn't matter anymore. I can't let him down.
The captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes,
There we
ma'am.
go. We haven't quite earned a speech yet, but we're getting there. We're getting closer here. Hello there, Presley.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
You doubt my decisions? Investigate aliens on the ship?
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
It's not just our problem.
This is bigger than humanity. Saren's a threat to every species in the galaxy, and I'll welcome anyone who wants to help me bring him down.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, just realized I hadn't spoken to old Seth Green here. What was it? Actually, trying to remember his character's name.
Commander, something you need?
I just want to talk.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
I didn't mean to insult you. Yeah, what disease?
What are you talking about? Are you sick?
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic, but I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Yeah, tell me about your disease.
I need to know more about this Vrolik syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. They classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures, hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
How do you do your job? Do you need your feet to fly the ship?
You're not gonna break a bone trying to fly the ship, are you?
I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful when I get up to take a piss, though. I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually. So don't worry about it.
I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you want, Commander.
Yeah, how'd you get your nickname?
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
Yeah, that's not an answer.
You're dodging the question.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
What's that noise? Were you unhappy?
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy, even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
Butt shot. Anyway. Yeah, tell me about the ship.
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet, if you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
There's the arrogance. Alright. Goodbye.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Not unearned confidence, but definitely a little bit of arrogance in there, too.
Yes, Commander?
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
Now you're here?
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Alright, well, see ya.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
There we go, he salutes. Fantastic. Let me actually just see my journal here. Ah, yes. Okay, that's the one thing I want to do before we leave the Citadel. That's the one thing I want to do. Let me see. Okay. I am full up, it looks like. Good. Hello there, Caden.
Anything you need, Commander?
I could use tactical appraisal.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Alright, do you have any personal input?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Alright, well, I should go.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Oh. Excellent. Let's pick that up. The personnel manual for the captain's quarters, which are not great. Like, this is not a great living space. In fact, I think you could probably do a lot more by kind of cutting this at about here, moving this table over here with the chairs. Yeah, I honestly don't think this has to be this big. This is not like a well lived in space here. And besides, we could probably stand to have more room somewhere. It's the aid station, the doctor. There's no one or anything back here.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Kidlenko?
I should
No.
go.
Goodbye,
I think
Commander.
I think I should go. Alright, well, we'll head down here, talk to everybody before we go back in. First off, we'll talk with you.
For supplies?
Yes,
See what you got.
You bet, Commander.
let's see what you have. You see, all of a sudden, he has a lot more to work with here. We talk with, let me start with, we have Tally, we have Rex, we have Garrus, we have Caden, we have Ashley here. I might need to try a couple things here. Let's start with Ashley, since she was the second person we picked up.
Commander?
How are we doing?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
That we had saved your unit.
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit.
Yes, ma'am. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
Well, then be more alert. You couldn't know. Don't blame yourself for getting caught in an ambush. They're ambushes for a reason.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise, they don't even breathe.
They have flashlight heads, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Can we talk?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duties squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Alright, well, goodbye.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am?
Can't believe they tried to replace Kimberly Brooks for the third game. That is just heinous.
Thanks for bringing me on board,
I
Commander.
didn't actually
I knew
manage to
working
do
with the
it.
Spectre would be better than life at CSAC.
You knew? That's extremely concerning, Garrus. Why is working with a Spectre better than being a cop?
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Hey, the rules are there for a reason. Every single one of those rules is paid for in blood.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it.
But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
Hey, I left my job as a cop and joined your crew because the cops wouldn't let me shoot suspects in the dick like RoboCop. Just what the fuck, Garrus? That was your reason?
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. C-Sec's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
So, they wouldn't let you beat suspects, and you decided to throw a hissy fit and join my crew. Wonderful. I'm so glad we have a psychopath on the team. Welcome aboard. It's a tough decision.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside C-Sec. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without C-Sec headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
No! Absolutely not. That depends.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Why won't Shepard let me beat suspects? Oh no. Hello, Rex.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
Yeah, tell me about yourself.
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
Oh, come on. I'm sure you've got good ones. I mean, you look fairly old, so come on, just the one?
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried the same with us, but we fought them off.
It's not the same.
No, it isn't.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
Shepard.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
So what? Oh god. I see your point.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
Touchy subject, I won't.
Sorry, Rex. I wasn't trying to get you upset.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Tell me about the genophage.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one, and no one's rushing to find a cure.
Yeah, what?
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
Little fidgety there, bud? You, want to see the doctor about maybe, anxiety or, ADHD treatment? You might try, I don't know, you might try a worry stone. I find that works for me.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
So that would complicate things, right?
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
I see.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Hello there.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tali? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
Is she bothering you? I'll talk to her. Yeah, I'll get rid of her. Is she bothering you?
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
She is useful.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for Tali, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Yeah, I just want to ask some deep, probing, personal questions about your life.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Sorry about that. Yeah, tell me about the Normandy.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
The drive core? Special somehow?
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, but we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Alright, well, tell me about these fancy new stealth systems.
Fill me in on the IES stealth system. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation, too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
So we're invisible as long as they don't have windows. Well, let's hope they're running on Linux.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
FTL gives us away?
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up to FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Alrighty, well, I'll talk to you probably never again. I should go.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Yeah, talk to me, Tali.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
This ship is a one-of-a-kind prototype.
The Normandy's a prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
Are you into ships?
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
That was 300 years ago.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla, grow our own food, mine and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Yeah, tell me about that.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Do they always accept?
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
Do they always accept? I just asked that. Let's change topics.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
You and your people.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
Like what?
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
The Conclave?
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So you're democratic, then?
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
So, tell me about the Geth.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Tell me, refresh me.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
So, isn't AI research technically illegal?
How come the Council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. 1 million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
The neural network?
So the Geth share brainpower?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in the group, the smarter they are.
So, like a hive mind, then?
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
So, how much of this is correct and how much of this is speculation on your part? Also, I don't get it.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers. As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I can't imagine why.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
So they defended themselves, and you didn't, and your people, rather, didn't think there was another option. Can't just give them status as citizens and then figure out what to do from there, right? They defended themselves.
Hey, you can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
Once again, they defended themselves.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place, but we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
Not everyone.
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
Hey, Tali? Dehumanization doesn't work. Okay? I know they're robots, but you do have to humanize them just a little bit in order for there to be other options.
I should go.
See you later.
Now, granted, I am playing this with many, many playthroughs of this game, of the second Mass Effect game, of the third Mass Effect game, which I love, and I will certainly get to it at some point. Ideally, after I'm done with the second game. But for right now, let's go aboard and deal with the 212 here. Let's go ahead and grab Ashley, and let's go ahead and grab Kaidan.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere.
Oh.
Actually, the commanding
we're gonna leave him like that.
Exo Presley has the deck.
That's hilarious. Don't mind me. I'm just peeking outside to double check and make sure no one's
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
Well, I'm not seeing anyone wanting to ambush me right now. So we can take the elevator to the
Corp is
Presidium.
still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials refused to comment.
It's fairly subtle there, but I think there is reflective texturing on this. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and walk to the embassies. Yes. Thank you. Lovely. Oh, and just like that, they're right here. Okay, let's go ahead and talk with this individual here. Hello there, Bosker. I'm gonna drop a hard save here. Just because I think that's kind of important.
My goodness, you're Commander Shepard. Your activities made for quite a briefing in the Diplomatic Corps. Is there something I can do to assist you?
Yeah, stop stealing corpses. I'm here for Smash.
Yes, A man named Samesh Bhatia is having some trouble claiming his wife's body.
Ah, Mr. Bhatia. A good man in an understandably frustrating position. I wish I could help him. Serviceman Nirali Bhatia died on Eden Prime, as Mr. Bhatia no doubt told you. Her wounds are inconsistent with any type of weapon damage we've seen before. That is why her body is being held.
So she's been mauled? She's toxic, then?
You think that her body might be dangerous or contaminated?
No, Commander. Nirali Bhatia is not dangerous. Her body is in fact extremely valuable to the Alliance. The tests we're conducting may lead to better defenses against Geth attacks. Respectfully, Serviceman Bhatia may save more lives in death than she did in life.
Length of the research, number of bodies. How many bodies do you have?
You gotta have a lot of bodies. Can't you release one?
Very few bodies had this new type of weapon damage, and very few were in good enough condition to study. Beyond that, Commander, we need as many bodies as we can to get a reasonable sample size.
And how long do you expect this research to take?
How long do you think this research is gonna take?
This is a long-term study. I wouldn't expect the bodies to be released for a year or longer.
Okay, and what do you think the results of the research are going to be?
When will this research result in actual new technology?
If we're lucky, we'll actually realize usable technology from this study in a few years.
This isn't right.
I understand what you're trying to do, but holding the body is wrong.
Commander, you of all people should understand how far we must go to protect humanity.
I do, and you're wrong.
Not if we lose our humanity in the process. I am out here fighting to stop crap like this.
All right, Commander. You win. It was hard enough refusing Mr. Bhatia. I'm not going to risk an incident by refusing you. Tell Samesh that the body is being shipped back to Earth. I'll go now to see to it myself.
Alrighty. I think we may have missed out on the unique dialogue for her. But let's go ahead and talk with Samesh anyway.
Hello again, Commander. Has there been any word?
She's coming home.
I reminded Mr. Bhaskar what we're fighting for. Your wife is coming home.
Thank you. I will return home and begin my preparations. It does not bring me happiness, but it may bring me peace. Goodbye, Commander.
Samesh, I don't know if this helps, but your wife, Nirali, loved you very much. She missed your cooking, and she played recordings of you every night before she went to sleep.
I know, Miss Williams. But thank you. It's nice to hear it again.
Thanks, Ashley. Now, let's real quick go to the financial district. Just because I believe there's something there that I could stand to purchase. Which is, I want either the Metagel upgrade or I want the grenade upgrade, and I'm thinking I want the Metagel upgrade. I think that's probably more useful to me. And then we're gonna go see about rescuing a scientist. Who's it? An archaeologist? Is that it?
Commander, it is good to see you again. Would you care to see some of its fantastic items today?
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so.
None there. Is it in your upgrades?
Commander,
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased.
Not there. Who has the Metagel upgrade? Oh, probably someone in the wards, huh? All right. Well, we'll go grab a taxi, I guess. ahead and go to the markets, I guess? That might be it. We'll try expat, I guess?
Welcome back, EarthClan.
Show me what you've got.
Most excellent.
Yes, you have the Metagel upgrade. Thank you. Excellent. There we go. And then, is it Moreland down here who has the thing for me?
Yes, human. You need something, yes? Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have.
Let's see. There you go. You're the grenade upgrade.
Yes, human. You need
Actually,
something, yes?
Let me see what I can sell you.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have.
Let me see. What do I have? What would you buy? Hammerhead rounds, improved sighting. Yeah. Get rid of the motorized joints. I don't think I'm going to be needing them. Yeah, get rid of both these. There we go. And then we can afford to buy the grenade upgrade. And we've got just enough left over to get 1 cup of coffee. And then we won't be able to finance a mortgage because, you know, things are not great in the, what is this, 22nd, 23rd century? And, unfortunately, we don't have, a, Sir Patrick Stewart here to, provide us with, basically a luxury liner military ship in space. Combination cruise ship and, like, warship, right? There we go. Very, very, very important that I get these upgrades.
Coming up in a report later today, Emily Wong investigates
I think
corruption
we
on
could
the
probably afford
Citadel
to
and uncovers a
skip this
full-blown
one.
crime syndicate.
Thank you. I mean, it's not the true Mass Effect experience unless you're going through the elevator.
The excavation team has run into an unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site. Hanar protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the Enkindlers, as the Hanar call them, should not be disturbed. The excavation team has appealed to Hanar representatives on the Citadel to reach a diplomatic solution.
Alrighty, lovely. Not getting ambushed out here with someone desperate to prove why I'm the worst person in space.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in pro...
Oh, does it cut it off?
The commanding officer is aboard.
That's so
Presley
rude.
stands relieved.
That's so rude. Hey, look, we have the FTL comboes in here. And, what's basically like the meeting room in here. Kinda Star Trek, I guess. Open up the galaxy map here. Right. Supposedly constructed by the long extinct Protheans. This colossal deep space station serves as the capital of the Citadel Council. Gravity is simulated through rotation, and has a comfortable 1.02 standard Gs on the wards and a light 0.3 standard Gs on the Presidium ring. It has a total length, when it's open, of 44.7 kilometers, and 12.8 kilometers in diameter when it's open. It has roughly a total weight of 7.11 billion metric tons. It has 13.2 million people, not including keepers, who nobody can get an accurate census of. Let's go ahead and zoom out. Okay. Let's go ahead and zoom out further. You can see there's room for other systems here, but we'll not be getting to that very quickly. You'll see asteroid X-57 here, just mentioned, right? We'll get to that, but we won't get to that until much later in the game. Instead, we have the Hades Gamma cluster, with Antaeus, and Farinata, and Dis. Yes. Better get used to that, because we're going to be seeing that a lot. And yes, basically the way the mass relays work is that they slingshot you around the galaxy. Jartar is a terrestrial world with a trace atmosphere of krypton and xenon. The surface is hot and mainly composed of unremarkable silicates. Occasional deposits of aluminum, magnesium, and other light metals can be found. Jartar is noted for the discovery of the Leviathan of Dis, the apparent corpse of a genetically engineered living starship. The Leviathan was found in the Bottomo crater by a Batarian survey team and estimated to be nearly 1 billion years old. It disappeared after a visit to the system by a Batarian dreadnought 20 years ago. Since then, the Batarians have steadfastly denied the Leviathan existed at all, and all the more vociferously when shown recordings of the corpse made by Solarian researchers. You may want to keep that in mind just as we go forward in the game. Let's see, we have Niram. Niram is a terrestrial world with thin atmosphere of methane and argon. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of basaltic rock. Its most prominent feature is the Elos Rift Valley, a long volcanic divergence zone that stretches across half of the northern hemisphere. Luckily, we found titanium on a nearby moon while surveying. Excellent. Let's go ahead and check Clenzel here. Clenzel has a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. Its first geological surveys were performed by Batarians and suggested areas of great mineral wealth. Human mining concerns spent billions of credits hustling to the distant system and sinking test bores to claim the system for humanity, but Clenzai had only an average level of mineral wealth found. Valuable, but hardly worth the rush and expense. Merida Industria, a small Mexican company hoping to strike it rich, in their first extrasolar mining venture, had to file for bankruptcy protection. Investigation revealed the Batarian crew had deliberately falsified their surveys, hoping it would encourage human rivals to invest in a costly boondoggle. Well, unethical, this was not technically illegal, and the Batarian government disavowed the personal actions of few misguided patriots. Keep that verbiage in mind, and keep how Batarians are generally treated in this series in mind as we go forward. The planet is still littered with abandoned mining bases, which are often used as temporary meeting places for criminals. Its orbital period is 21.4 Earth years. Its day length is 37.2 Earth hours. Lovely. We have Raisha here. A standard hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of sodium and ammonia. Lovely. Oh, we found a Turian insignia. Scans of the planet Ratia revealed an old unmanned shuttle. Your salvage team found Turian goods on board, all marked with the Trident Colony insignia. Lovely. There's a place called Gremar. Gremar is an icy terrestrial with a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and krypton. When exposed to sunlight, Gremar's ammonia can melt, forming equatorial seas of the toxic chemical. This has allowed the profusion of simple fungus and lichens to evolve in the low-energy environment. A byproduct of the metabolism causes them to glow very faintly. While the light of an individual is insignificant, large patches seem to reinforce the light of one another and are visible from space. Marvelous. So we'll go to Cleansel. Don't you worry. There's the Farinata system here, which I think is what I want. Actually, yes. Get ready to see this a lot too, because we're gonna do basically everything we can as we go through this game. Juntama, small broiling terrestrial world. Atmospheric pressure, surface temperature. Oh, that's too hot for anything to survive in it. Oh, Prothean data disk. Scans of Juntama revealed a derelict freighter in the mid-stage of orbital decay. Your salvage team boarded the vessel and determined it had been attacked by raiders. There was a little of value still on board, but the team did find a Prothean data disk. Marvelous. Wonder if this is tidally locked. Small terrestrial planet. Overly hot. So yes, we found thorium here, which fantastic, right? Tung Shagan, hydrogen helium gas giant. Let's go ahead and board a ship, shall we? The MSV Ontario. The Ontario is a Kowloon-class modular conveyor of human design, configured for mixed freight and passenger hauling. It is making a hard burn for the cover of the asteroid cluster. It's registered to a private owner on Citadel Station. Let's go ahead and bring Kaidan. Let's go ahead and bring Tali and Rex, actually. Thank you, yes. Marvelous. A crate. Striker 2, Hammer 1, Phoenix. Is this the ship that I'm thinking of? Might be.
Intruders!
Oh, okay. It absolutely is. Yes. So we want Kaidan for this, actually. Yes. Yes. Lovely. Go ahead and grab Kaidan, and then I guess we could grab Ashley. Yeah, sure. Okay. Marvelous. Let's go ahead and take all of that, right? Let me actually go ahead and swap this. I'll go ahead and throw Hammerhead rounds Mark II in here. Just because I think those are funny. Go ahead and open the door.
Intruders! Kill the hostage!
Oh, this is what I was afraid of.
I will destroy you!
Okay, alright, I'm gonna die. Yep, I died. Let's resume the last save. Thanks. Excellent. Okay, we are going to we're just gonna hop over to Caden. We're gonna make sure he gets some better damping. Do you not have damping? You're sabotaging overload. No. But, let me see, what do you have? You can equip heavy armor now, finally. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and make you very good at shotguns all of a sudden. And also, very good at first aid. Okay, and then let's go ahead and dump a point into Soldier here. Okay. Let's see, you have medicine, which is significant and very, very important. Let's go ahead and dump some points into that, shall we? And then as we're getting your decryption up, that should be good. Let's see, where are you with your charm here? And then you could probably stand to get more, unity here. Or actually start working on unity here. Okay, let me go ahead and see what I can do for my armor here. First off, let's go ahead and throw on the Scorpion armor. Second off, let's see, that doesn't give you any sort of biotic protection. That's not great. Okay. Go ahead and see, do I have the exoskeleton? Or the thing that gives you, like, biotic protection? Oh, this is not gonna be fun. Okay. Well, I can't say that I'm looking forward to this, but, yep. Alrighty. Lovely. Okay. Okay.
Gotta get in there before they execute the chairman.
Yep. Barrier. Oh gosh.
Next time.
Oh, this is all of them. Oh no. Hey,
I will destroy you!
Shields down.
Oh wow, okay, okay, let me see, what can I do here? Oh, I'll tell you what I can do. I can call it here, and then I'll figure out what to do in between episodes, yeah? That would be great. Alright.